Hello viewers on YouTube. In this video tutorial, I would like to share with you how to find the equation of a circle. And I feel confident that by the end of this video, you will be able to write the equation of a circle regardless of how the problem is, regardless of the nature of the problem you encounter. And at the same time, it's important to understand that the equation of a circle, it's in two different ways. We have the standard form and the general form. So first and foremost, let's talk about these equations. For the standard form, it is x squared plus y squared equals r squared. And this one is for the equation of a circle such that that circle is situated at the origin, whereby the coordinate of the center, which I will write as c in a bracket, is 0, 0. Now, for a circle whose center is h, k, whereby the center is not 0, 0, it has a value, then the equation becomes x minus h all squared, then plus y minus k all squared equals to r squared. So this is the standard form of the equation of a circle, both at center and at not center. Now, what about the general form? The general form is just in one way, and in this way, such that x squared plus y squared plus 2gx plus 2fy then plus c equals to 0. So this is the general form of the equation of a circle. So what I would just suggest is that you should be sensitive about how the question is. If the question asks you to find the equation of a circle without being specific, maybe that's all standard or general, then just find out the standard for them. Okay? But if they are specific, if they said find the general, make sure this is how your answer is. And if they said standard, make sure this is how your answer is, either this or that. So let's try to make good use of all this, and also how this problem comes involved in this concept. Let's begin with example number 1. We are going to go over tons of examples so you can master and understand this concept to a higher extent. Example number 1. Find the equation of the circle center 3, -2 and the radius 2 units. So whenever you are given the coordinate of the center of a circle and its radius, then all you need to do is to use this equation, x minus h all squared plus y minus k all squared equals to r squared. So the goal now is just to substitute the corresponding values. Now, consider the value of h to be equals to whatever you are seeing right here to come first, because the coordinate of the center, if it is not 0 or if that circle is not centered at the origin, will be in the form h, k. So which means in this case, h corresponds to the value of 3 and k corresponds to the value of -2. Now, substituting the values respectively, where r is the radius and it's 2 units, that we now have x minus 3 all squared plus y minus, the value of k is -2, as you can see. So we have minus 2 all squared equals, the radius is 2, so we have 2 squared. Now simplifying this forward, we have x minus 3 all squared plus y, -2 times negative sign gives us +2 all squared equals to 2 squared is simply 4. And we have our final answer. Don't expand the bracket, as the question doesn't require us to do that. So you can leave your answer this way, except if you are dealing with a multiple choice question and you observe that no option looks like this. In this case, you are good to expand. Example number 2. Find the equation of a circle center at the origin and the radius is 3 units. Since the center is origin, then it has the corresponding coordinates 0, 0. So it means the value of h is 0, and at the same time k is also 0. So therefore, the equation x minus h all squared plus y minus k all squared equals to r squared becomes x minus 0 all squared plus y minus 0 all squared equals, the radius in this case is simply 3. So we can square the 3. And simplifying forward, left over is x squared plus y squared equals to 9. And this is the equation of the circle. And that provides the solution to question number 2. Question number 3. If you are already finding this understandable, feel free to pause the video and figure this out yourself. Find the equation of the circle whose center is 5, -4 and it passes to -3, 2. Pause the video and figure this out yourself. Now, as you can clearly see, this question doesn't involve the radius. However, to successfully find the equation of the circle, we need the radius. So what should we do? Well, let's write the equation first. Since the center or the coordinate of the center is 5, -4. So what is the value of h and what is the value of k? Well, we said h will be the first value you see right here, which is 5, and k follows, -4. Now we said the equation of a circle in standard form is x minus h all squared plus y minus k all squared equals to r squared. Now if we plug in the corresponding value of h and k respectively right in the equation, notice that we now have x minus 5 all squared plus y minus -4 all squared equals to r squared. Now simplifying this forward, we now have x minus 5 all squared plus y plus 4 all squared equals to r squared. Notice the negative sign multiplied by -4 gives us +4. Now, what should we do to find the value of r? Notice that we are given a coordinate which the circle passes to. Now, this coordinate refers to the value of x and y respectively. So definitely at x, y or at -3, 2, then there will be a value for the radius. That's what we're going to use to find the radius. So we can now say that at -3, 2, then x is equal to -3. The x value comes first, always keep that in mind, and y will be equals to 2. So substituting this corresponding value right in this equation, we can definitely find the value of r. So therefore, we now have in the bracket -3, -5 all squared plus the value of y, which is 2 plus 4 all squared equals to r squared. -3, -5 gives us -8 all squared plus 2 plus 4 gives us 6 all squared equals to r squared. -8 squared is 64 and 6 squared is 36, and we see r to be equals to r squared. 64 plus 36 results in 100, and this is still equals to r squared. Now at this point, we can find the roots of both sides, and eventually r becomes the value of roots 100, which is 10. Plus or minus 10, but just go with 10. And that is the value of r. So if that is the case, we can now find the equation of the circle at this point. The goal is just to substitute for the value of r. Okay? And here we go. So therefore, the equation of the circle that is centered at 5, -4 and it passes to -3, 2 will be x minus 5 all squared plus y plus 4 all squared equals to radius is 10, r squared is 100, so we have equals to 100. That is our final answer. So keep that in mind. Whenever you are given the coordinate of the center of the circle and you are given a particular coordinate which the circle passes to, then you have everything you need to find the equation of that circle or to succeed in finding it. Always be sensitive. On to example number 4. Find the equation of a circle whose diameter has the endpoint A, which is 5,4, and B, which is 7,4. To understand this properly, let's consider a visual illustration. If this is a circle, or if it is the circle, and this is the center of the circle, a diameter cuts the circle into two equal halves. In other words, is a straight line drawn from one edge of the circle to the center of the circle to the other edge of the circle. Now they said the diameter has the endpoint A and B. So if this point is A and this point is B, then the coordinate of A is 5,4 and the coordinate of B is 7,4. How can we find the equation of this circle? Well, since we have a knowledge we have little knowledge in coordinate geometry, we know that when we are given the coordinates of 2 points, we can always find the coordinate of the midpoint of the line joining these 2 points. So if this diameter is joining point AB, we can find the coordinate of the center first using the midpoint formulas. Now, if this is x1, this is y1, this is x2, this is y2. The midpoint formula says that the coordinate of the midpoint M, which is x, y, would be equals to, in the bracket, y2, or let's say x first, perfect, x2 plus x1 divided by 2, y2 plus y1 divided by 2. x2 in this case is 7, x1 is 5. So we have the sum of 7 and 5. So 7 plus 5 divided by 2, y2 is 4, y1 is still 4. So the sum is 4 plus 4 divided by 2. So eventually the coordinate of the midpoint equals or becomes 7 plus 5. That gives us 12 divided by 2 is 6. And 4 plus 4 is 8 divided by 2 is still 4. So that's 6,4. So this is the coordinate of the midpoint, which corresponds to the center of the circle. As you can see, that gives us the center of the circle. So the center of the circle is 6,4. Now that we have the coordinate of the center, let's find the equation of the circle. But don't forget, we need the radius. But fortunately, we are given at least a point at which the circle passes through. Just like before, or the previous example, we are going to use one of those points to find the radius. And that's it. So therefore, we know that the equation of the circle that passes to h, k is x minus h all squared plus y minus k all squared equals to r squared. So now, h is 6 and k is 4. Keep that in mind. Always remember, h is the first value of the center and k is the one that follows. So therefore, we now have x minus 6 all squared plus y minus 4 all squared equals to r squared. Now, the goal is to find the value of r. Regardless of the point you use, you will end up with the same result. So for me, I would like to use 5,4. So when x is equal to 5, y is equal to 4 at point A, which is 5,4. So therefore, if we plug in the value of x and y respectively, we will be able to find the radius. So now we have 5 minus 6 all squared, then plus 4 minus 4 all squared equals to r squared. 5 minus 6 is 1 squared plus 4 minus 4 is 0 squared equals r squared. Eventually, r squared is simply 1 and r is also equals to 1. And that is the radius of the circle. So finally, the equation of the circle becomes x minus h is 6, x minus 6 all squared plus y minus 4 all squared equals to 1, which is r squared, the value of the radius. And that is the solution to example number 4. So for those that might be wondering, why did I use this approach to find the radius? There's some other way around in which you can find the radius. You can just find the distance between the center and B. That will give you the radius. Similarly, the distance between A and C, that will also give you the radius. Regardless, you end up with the same answer. And that's it. On to example number 5. Find the general equation of a circle whose center is 1,4 and radius is 3 units. Now the question is now specific. The question is precise. It has a clear direction of what we have to do. So we have to find this general form. So first, to find the general form, we need to find standard form. What we're just going to do is that this time around we will be expanding that bracket. You understand? We'll be expanding it, we won't be leaving the answer like that. Okay? And then simplify forward. Now the center is given as 1,4 and the radius is 3. So from the standard form formula, we know that x minus h all squared plus y minus k all squared is equal to r squared. In this example, h is equal to 1 and k is equal to 4. Likewise, r to be equal to 3. So therefore, substituting expectively, we have x minus 1 all squared plus y minus 4 all squared to be equal to 3 squared. So we have x minus 1 all squared plus y minus 4 all squared to be equal to 9. Don't forget, the goal is to leave our answer in this form. X squared, can use different color for that. X squared plus y squared plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c equals 0. So everything will be equal to 0. That's what we are doing. So let's expand this entire bracket. So we have x minus 1 squared means x minus 1 multiplied by x minus 1 plus y minus 4 squared means y minus 4 multiplied by y minus 4. C equal to 9. So x times x is x squared. X times negative 1, negative x. Again negative x. The negative 1 times negative 1 is positive 1. Let me say I have plus. Now, though the positive won't change the result, but I would like to put the result of this expansion in another parenthesis. Y times y is y squared. Y times negative 4 is negative 4y. Negative 4 times y is negative 4y. Again. And negative 4 times negative 4 becomes positive 16 equals to 9. Now we have x squared minus 2x. This is addable. Plus 1 and then plus y squared. This is also addable. Minus 8y plus 16 equals to 9. Now the 9 will come to the side, or we subtract 9 from both sides. So we eventually have x squared. Now instead of writing another thing, I'm taking y to follow because it has to be in this form. Y squared plus y squared plus, now we have 2x, right? Now instead of plus is minus, so we have minus 2x. Minus 2x, okay? Then negative y, negative 8y minus 8y. Now start with 16 plus 1, that's 17. When this comes, it becomes minus 9, right? So 17 minus 9, that gives us 8. So we have plus 8 equals to 0. So this is our final answer. This is the equation of the circle in general form. In case you want to find the value of g or the value of f, you just take the coefficient of this minus 2, set it to be equal to g or 2g. So definitely 2g equals negative 2. And you just find the value of g becomes negative 1. But it's a rare case whereby you will be asked to find it. But in case of incasity, that's why I decided to branch that. And that is the solution to this problem. That's how to easily find the general equation of a circle given the center and the radius. On to example number 6. Find the coordinate of the center and radius of a circle whose equation is this. X squared plus y squared minus 6x plus 4y minus 3 equals 0. Whenever the equation is given and you have to find the coordinate of the center and the radius, what we are going to do in essence is that we will complete the square. Okay, now how do we do that? Let's attach x to x, y to y, and constant. Let's constant be separated. Let's constant come to the side. That's what we are trying doing. So we have x squared minus 6x plus y squared plus 4y. Then negative 3 when it comes becomes positive 3 equals to 3. Okay, now to complete square, let's complete square for x first. Whatever we do at this side, we do it at this side as well. Okay, now to complete the square for this x squared minus 6x, what we need to do is to take the coefficient of x, multiply by half and square it and add it to both sides. So negative, or let's say just use 6, because obviously it's the same. 6 times half, that gives us 3, and we square that, we have 9. So we are adding 9 to both sides. Okay, so this expression becomes x squared minus 6x plus 9, and do it again, plus 9 plus y squared plus 4y equals, so we add it to this side as well, 3 plus 9. So the result is still the same thing. This entire expression or equation we have right here is absolutely the same as this, because the 9 cancels and you have what we have already. Okay, good. Now let's complete for this one as well. So we have x squared minus 6x plus 9 plus y squared plus 4y. Now the coefficient of y is 4, so we have 4 times half all squared. That gives us 2 squared, which is 4. So we are adding 4 to both sides. Okay. I have a video on how to complete squares. You can always check it out. I will leave the link in the description in case you might be finding challenging with it. But I think this is still a little bit explanatory. What I'm doing next sense is that to complete the square, you take the coefficient of the second term, which is the x, the coefficient of the linear term, take it, multiply by half, and square the result. Then you add it to both sides. That's all. So now, we say we have 4, so we have plus 4 equals 3 plus 9 plus 4. Okay. Now, these two that we added to this equation cancels this and this as well. So the equation still becomes this one back. Now, this has become a perfect square trinomial. This also has become a perfect square trinomial. We can compress perfect square trinomial by taking the square root of the first term, that's x, square root of the last term, that's 3. Now, the sign attached with the middle term, we put it in between them, minus, then we square the entire expression. So that's how to compress a perfect square trinomial into a smaller form. Okay. Now, plus, we call that concept writing an expression, writing a quadratic equation as a square of an expression within a bracket. Yeah, it is topic entirely, but for junior classes. Yeah, perfect. Now, for this one, let's do that again. We have the square root of y squared, that's y. Then square root of 4 is 2. The sign attached with the middle term is plus. So we square that equals. So 3 plus 9 plus 4. Again, 9 plus 4 is 13. Again, 16. Perfect. So that's equals to 16. Now, what do we observe? This has become the standard form of the equation of a circle. Now, once you have it in the standard form, to get the coordinate of the center, h, k, note, be very, very careful. H will be equals to whatever you see here, multiplied by a minus sign. You take the sign along. This minus belongs to this 3. Okay. So we take what is there, minus 3 times minus 1, or times minus sign. That is what's plus 3. So h is 3. Are we together? So the coordinate of the center will be, let's see, in a bracket of 3, comma. Now what about the coordinate of the value of k? The value of k will be equals to 2 multiplied by minus 1. That's negative 2. So multiplied by minus 2. So that is the center. In other words, to get the coordinate of the center, once you have it in the standard form, take this one multiplied by minus sign, and take this one as well multiplied by minus sign, and that's all. Perfect. Now, to find the radius r will equal to the square root of whatever you see here. Don't forget, the 16 we're having here is just like r squared, just like r squared equals 16. So the radius becomes square root of 16, which is equal to 4. And that is our final answer. So that's how to easily find the coordinate of the center and the radius of the circle given the general form of the equation of the circle. I hope you understand that. On to example number 7. Find the center and the radius of a circle whose equation or whose general equation is 36x squared. I hope you can see that. Okay, it's 36x squared plus 36y squared minus 24x minus 36y minus 23 equals 0. So feel free to pause the video and figure this out yourself. Well, since these correspond to the previous example, then I will skip it. Use that as an exercise. Share your solution with me via the comment section below. Use it. The process, the logic is the same as the example we just solved. Understand? Just try and rewrite this expression or this equation into the standard form and fish out your center and your radius. But I changed my mind. I would like to solve it. So let's solve it actually. So now we have 36x squared plus 36y squared minus 24x minus 36y minus 23 equals 0. Just like before, let's first of all separate the variable term from the constant term. Okay, so we have 36x squared minus plus 36y squared minus 24x minus 36y then equals, so negative 23 when it becomes positive 23. Okay, now let's try and complete the square. But before we do that, let's attach x with x, y with y. So we have 36x squared, so this comes minus 24x plus 36y squared, then this follows minus 36y equals 23. Okay, now there's something very crucial about this kind of problem, and I want you to listen and listen to me closely. When you observe that equation of this circle in general form, the coefficient of x squared and y squared is not 1, but something like 36, blah blah, 2 and so on. In fact, I would suggest right from start, divide all through by that coefficient. They will cancel. They will cancel out and make their coefficient to be equal to 1. But if you don't do that, at this point that we are now, you can do it. You understand? So make sure that the coefficient of x squared, y squared is 1. If that equation is a circle, the coefficient of x squared and y squared will be the same. Otherwise, it's not a circle. It will be any other conic section. You understand? It will be another conic section. For equation of a stand and the general equation of a particular conic section to be a circle, the equation for the leading terms for both coordinates or for both axes must be the same. Good. Now we divide both sides by 36 also. Otherwise, making it a perfect square will not work. That's just equivalent to the 36. Okay. Now this cancels. This cancels. This cancels. Then we have x squared minus 24x over 36, which I will reduce. Coming. Then minus plus y squared then minus y equals 23 over 36. Okay. Simplifying forward, we have x squared minus 12 in 24 is 2, so we have 2x over 12 and 36 is 3 over 3 plus y squared minus y equals 23 over 36. Perfect. Now we are good to go in making each of these a perfect square. I'm out of space. Let me get rid of some stuff right here. So now let's begin with the first one. You understand? So the coefficient of x is 2 over 3. So 2 over 3 multiplied by half, that gives us 2 over 6, and we square that. Okay. So we have x squared minus 2x over 3 plus 2 over 6 half. Also 2 over 6 squared. Now we say half for y plus y squared minus y equals 23 over 36. Then we had this again plus 2 over 6 half. Why am I mentioning half? Squared, come on. Yes, 2 over 6 squared. 2 over 6 squared can be reduced to 1 over 3. I almost forgot. Okay. Or it's about to exceed my mind. So let's reduce. Before I will do that, let's just do this one as well. So for y squared minus 1, the coefficient is 1. You can see the coefficient of y is 1. So multiply by half. That gives us 1 over 2. Then we square that. Okay. So 1 over 2 squared. So we have x squared minus 2x over 3. Now I'm reducing what is within the parentheses here. That's plus 1 over 3 all squared. 2 here 1, 2 here 3. Okay. And plus y squared minus y. And we say we are adding half over 2, right? 1 over 2 squared to it. I think I showed that earlier. The coefficient of y is 1. And to make the perfect square, you multiply by half and square your result. Then you add it to it on the other side. So this is equal to 23 over 36 plus 1 over 3 squared plus 1 over 2 squared. Perfect. Now let's compress this trinomial. Square root of the first term, that's x. Square root of this one gives us 1 over 3, and the sign is minus. Minus, and we put it all squared. The square root of 1 over 3 all squared is 1 over 3. Okay, for those that might be confused. Square root of y squared is y. Square root of 1 over 2 all squared is 1 over 2, and the sign is also minus. Minus, right? We'll close the bracket. The square equals. So let's expand this and simplify. So we have 23 over 36 plus 1 over 3 squared becomes 1 over 9. 1 over 9 plus 1 over 2 squared becomes 1 over 4. 1 over 4. Perfect. So now let's combine this. So the LCM will be 36. Let me write this again. So we have x minus 1 over 3 or 1/3 squared plus y minus 1/2 squared equals to 36 as the LCM. 36 and 36 is 1 times 23 gives us 23 plus 9 in 36 is 4 times 1 is 4 plus 4 in 36 is 9 times 1 is 9. So we had this up. 23 plus 4 gives us 27. When we add 9 to that, we got 36. So we have 36 over 36, which is equal to 1. So eventually, you can now see that the equation of the circle now becomes x minus 1/3 all squared plus y minus 1/2 all squared equals to 1. So now we have it in standard form. So definitely h will be equals to minus 1 over 3 times minus sign plus, and k will be equals to minus 1 over 2 times minus sign. I said minus 1 minus 1. So h is equal to 1/3 and k is equal to 1/2. So definitely the coordinate of the center is 1/3, comma 1/2, and the radius is equal to 1. And that is the final answer to this problem. Did you get it right? Let me know in the comment section below. If you solve it before watching the solution, feel free to share your idea and your experience while solving the problem. On to example number 8. Find the equation of the circumcircle of the triangle whose vertices are A such that it's 2,3, B 5,4, and C 3,7. First, what exactly is a circumcircle of a triangle? You know, we have inscribed circle and we have circumcircle. For inscribed circle, that's when a circle is inside a triangle. You understand? But for circumcircle of a triangle, then this time around, the triangle is inside a circle. So let's consider a circle for easy understanding. Or let me make it perfect. Let me use ruler. Okay. So inside this circle, we have a triangle, such that the triangle, all its vertices, touches the circumference of the circle. Oops. Okay. Let's work with that. Good. So this chords right there. Perfect. So let this be A, B, and C. Okay. Now the coordinate of A is 2, 3. Coordinate of B is 5, 4, and the coordinate of C is 3, 7. Okay. Now the goal is to find the equation of this circle that we have this triangle to be inscribed in. Now, as you can clearly see that the circle also passes toward this point because they touch themselves. So definitely we can use the standard form of the equation of the circle to solve this problem. We know that from the standard form, the equation is x minus h all squared, then plus y minus k all squared equals to r squared. Now, this coordinate of the center is not given, neither does the radius. But we are given 3 coordinates which the circle passes through, and these coordinates correspond to the value of x and y, respectively. Can we use these 3 coordinates to form 3 systems of equations and use it to solve for 3 differentiable nodes? Does that sound in a brilliant way? That makes sense. So that's what you will consider doing if you are given 3 coordinates as to which the circle passes through. You can use that 3 coordinates to form 3 systems of equations and you solve them to solve for the 3 unknowns. So let's begin. Let's begin with A. At 2, 3, we have 2 minus h all squared plus y is 3. I don't need to repeat that again. We have repeated that many times. 3 minus k all squared equals to r squared. Okay, then at 5, 4, we have 5 minus h all squared plus 4 minus k all squared equals to r squared. And at 3, 7, we have 3 minus kh all squared plus 7 minus k all squared equals r squared. Now, we are good to go. Let's get rid of the 7. Okay, let me do that like that. Let's expand the brackets. Let's expand this. So I won't really write the expansion, but instead gain the expansion directly. So 2 squared is 4. So we have 4. Now minus h times 2 gives us minus 4h. Then h times h is squared. And plus h squared. Then plus 3 squared is 9. So we have 9 minus 6k. Then plus k squared equals r squared. Some of you might be wondering, some of you might be confused, so it's better I show the expansion. So how did I get 4 minus 4h plus h squared? What I've done in sense was that I've done 2 minus h squared equals 2 minus h, 2 minus h. So 2 times 2 is 2 or is 4. 2 times minus h is minus 2h. Minus h times h is minus 2h. I said minus h times h. I meant to say minus h times 2. Then minus h times minus h is plus h squared. That's how I got that. This one. So I did the same thing for this. Okay? Okay. So now on to the second expansion. For the second expansion, let's expand that. 5 minus h all squared, that's equals to 5 minus h, 5 minus h. So equals 5 times 5 is 25. 5 times minus h is minus 5h. Then minus 5h plus h squared. That results in 25 minus 10h plus h squared. So we have 25 minus 10h plus h squared, and plus, what about this one, 4 minus k squared, that gives us 16 minus 8k plus k squared equals r squared. Perfect. Now on to the last one. For the 3 minus h all squared, that's 9 minus 3 times h, that's minus 6h plus h squared, and plus again, so I can get rid of this right now. This is gone. Then 7 minus k squared, that's plus 49. 7 squared is 49. 7 times k is minus 7k, then plus minus 7k, that's minus 14k. Okay, then plus k squared equals r squared. Okay. Now let this one be equation 1, let's be equation 2, and let's be equation 3. Equation 1 minus equation 2. So we are trying to do is, like you can see, there are 3 systems of equation. We are trying to turn them into a 2 system of equation. They are not linear yet, but let's see how it goes. So that means we are subtracting 4 and 25. So 4 minus 25, that gives us minus 21, minus 4h minus 10h. Be very careful. That gives us plus 6h. Minus 4h minus 10h. Minus 4h plus 10h becomes 6h. So be sensitive with the sign. H squared minus h squared cancels. It's gone. 9 plus 9 minus plus is 10. Plus 9 minus plus is 10 becomes plus 9 minus is 10, and that gives us 7. So minus 7 to say we have minus 7. Okay. What else? Minus 6k minus 8k. That gives us plus 2k. Okay. Then k squared cancels k squared. R squared cancels r squared. We do have the results to be equals to 0. Okay. Minus 21 minus 7 gives us minus 28. So we have 6h plus 2k minus 28 equals 0. And finally, isolating the variables, we have 6h plus 2k equals to 28. Equation 4. Perfect. Now let's do the same for equation 1 and equation 3. So instead of 2, let's have it to be 3. Okay. Now the equation 4, let me write this somewhere here. So we have 6h plus 2k equals 28. Okay, so I'll get rid of it. So equation 1 minus equation 3. So 4 minus 9 gives us negative 5. Now negative 4h minus 6h, that gives us positive 2h. H squared cancels as always. Positive 9 minus positive 49, that gives us minus 40. Now negative 6k minus 14k, that will give us positive, don't forget, negative 6k minus 14k. Now it becomes negative 6k plus 14k, and which gives us 8k. Okay. Excuse me. So we have plus 8k, then the k squared cancels, likewise r squared equals 0. Now these are addable. We have 2h, then minus 45 plus 8k equals 0. Now since the constant, let's separate them as before. So we have 2h plus 8k equals 45. So let's put it here. 2h plus 8k equals 45. So equation 4, equation 5. Very good. Now that we have the two equations in two systems of equation, we can swap them simultaneously. So I would like to use the elimination. So I would like to get rid of h. Then this has to be 6. So equation 4 multiplied by 3, multiplied by 1 to say, and equation 5 multiplied by 3. This will provide 6h plus 2k equals to 28. I'll multiply this one. We have 3 times 2h, which is 6h. 3 times 8k, that gives us 24k, equals to 3 times 45, that gives us 135. 135. Very good. Now we can subtract the equations. So I would like to say equation to have whole numbers or to have positive numbers. Let's say equation 2 minus equation 1. 6h cancels. 24k minus 2k. That gives us 22k equals. Now 135 minus 28. What would that be? Let me use my calculator. Okay, 135 minus 28. I got 107. 107. Now we can divide through by 22. And we end up with the value of k. K is 107 over 22. So this is part of the center of the circle. Now we can use equation 1 to find the value of h. Since 6h plus 28, plus 2k is equal to 28, then 6h will be equal to 28 minus 2k. This is equal to 28 minus 2 times 107 over 22. So let's simplify that. This is gone. So therefore we have excuse me, we have 6h to be equals to 28 minus 2, reduce this to 11. So we have minus 107 over 11. 6h equals, LCM is 11. That is be divided by 1. 1 in 11 is 11. 11 times 28. That gives us 308. So we have 308 minus 11 is 1 times 107 minus 107. So we have 6h equals 308 minus 107. I got 201. So we have 201 over 11. Now we can divide through by 6. And therefore we can have the value of h as well. So h is now equals to 201 divided by 11 multiplied by 1 over 6. I've used the concept of keep, change, and flip. This cancels out. So h will end up being what? Let's see if 201 can be reduced. Yeah, 201 should be divisible by 3. 201 divided by 3. That's 67. So 3 here 2, 3 here 67. So left over is just 67 over 11 times 2 is 22. So this is the value of h. 67 over 22. Now we have gotten the coordinate of the center of the circle. So the coordinate of the center of the circle, C, is 67 over 22, 107 over 22. And that's it. Now that we have the coordinate of the center, we can find the radius of the circle. So we can just get the equation of the circle straightforward. Perfect. So let's find the center of the circle. To find the center of the circle, let's use, well, I've actually get rid of it, but we can just write it back. To calculate the radius, don't forget we are going to use the logic we have been using so far. Since we have the center and also we have many points at which the circle passes through, we can just use one of them. Let's use 2 and 3. So at 2, 3, we said we have 2 minus h all squared plus 3 minus k all squared equals r squared. Now we have the value of h and k. So therefore we have 2 minus 67 over 22 all squared plus 3 minus 107 over 22 all squared equals to r squared. So to keep things straightforward, I would like to type everything into calculator. But let me do it individually. This separate, this separate. So what exactly is 2 minus 67 over 22? So when I type that into my calculator, I got negative 23 over 22 all squared. Perfect. Now what about 3 minus 107? 3 minus 107 over 22, I got negative 41. Negative 41 over 22 all squared equals r squared. Squaring negative 23 over 22 squared. So that's 529 over 484. So plus the negative has gone, is squared it. So what about that of 41 over 22 all squared? Just be careful, make sure you type each of the values properly. So I got plus 1681 over 484 then equals r squared. So LCM will still be 484. Now we can end up with the value of r squared equals 484 is LCM divided by, oops, that's not straight enough. So 529 plus 16, so we just need to add them. 1681 plus 529. So I got 2207. Now the square root of it gives us the radius. So r equals, well, it's r squared we need actually to find the equation of the circle. But let's find the radius. Okay, let's find the radius. So you cannot find it. The square root of 2207 over 484. So what would that be? Square root of 2207 then divided by 484. So I just finally end up with 2.135 to 3 decimal place, or it's a radius, I just said 2.12. Or you can leave your answer that way. So that's a radius. Now that we have a radius and r squared, likewise the center of the circle, let's find the equation of the circle. So this question is actually a monster problem. It's consuming time. Well, let's move on. So let's use this one. We're using this one. So we have 2 minus, okay, so we have x minus h. H is what? 67 over 22. 67 over 22. Then plus r squared. Then plus y minus k, 107 over 22. Okay, then equals to r squared, which is 2207 over 484. Since the question doesn't say we should find it in general form, we can leave our answer this way. However, if you want, you can expand. Don't forget squares here. You can expand and leave it in general form. But this is the equation of the circle, and that is the solution to this problem. I hope at least you find it understandable, even though it takes us more time to get or to end up with the result. It's a monster problem, but just stick with the logic. I will recommend this kind of process. So the goal is just to use the 3 coordinates given to you, use it to form a 3 system of equation, then convert or manipulate that 3 system of equation into a 2 system of equation, and use it to find the value of the centers h and k. Use the value of h and k used to find the radius, and after that you find the equation of the circle, and boom, you have the final answer. On to example number 9. The equation of a circle is 3x squared plus 3y squared minus 6x plus 8y minus 11 equals 0. Find the length of its diameter. We find the length of the diameter of the circle. Well, if you can get the length of the radius, we just need to multiply by 2. Since we know that diameter is 2 radii, or 2 radius. You know, it's a plural, so that will be radii. Okay, perfect. Now, let's find the radius. Once you have the radius, we'll find the diameter. Since it is in general form, its radius, we need to complete the square and have it in standard form, so we can just fish out our radius. So let's complete the square. Now, you can see the coefficient of the leading terms as values, which is not 1. So we need to divide all through by 3. So 3y squared or 3x squared, then plus 3y squared minus 6x plus 8y minus 11 equals 0. So let's separate 3x squared plus 3y squared minus 6x plus 8y equals 11. Dividing through by 3, we have x squared plus y squared minus 2x plus 8y over 3 equals 11 over 3. Perfect. Now at this point, let's attach x times with x, y times with y. so we can proceed and complete the square. So we have x squared minus 2x plus y squared plus 8y over 3 equals 11 over 3. Now let's complete the square for the x term. So the coefficient of x is 2, so we have 2 times half all squared. This will give us 1. In this cancels, 1 squared is still 1. So we are adding 1 to both sides. So therefore we have x squared minus 2x plus 1 plus y squared, this is plus not 7, be careful, plus y squared plus 8y over 3, alright, then equals to 11 over 3 plus 1. Okay, good. Now let's complete the square for y terms. That will be 8 over 3 times half all squared. And that will give us 8 over 6 all squared. But that can be reduced to 4 over 3 all squared. So we are adding 4 over 3 all squared to both sides. So therefore the equation becomes x squared minus 2x plus 1 then plus y squared plus 8y over 3 plus 4 over 3 squared equals to 11 over 3 plus 1 plus 4 over 3 all squared. Good. Now we can compress the perfect square trinomials. So the root of x squared is x, the root of 1 is still 1, the sign is minus, then we square the parentheses, plus the root of y squared is y, the root of 4 over 3 squared is 4 over 3, and the sign is plus. And we still have 1, all squared, perfect, equals to 11 over 3 plus 1 over 1 plus, let's expand that, that's 16 over 9. So now let's just focus on this right hand side. So we have x minus 1 all squared plus y plus 4 over 3 all squared equals to, so let the LCM be 9. 3 in 9 is 3 times 11 is 33, plus 1 in 9 is 9 times 1 is 9, plus 9 in 9 is 1 times 16 is 16. So we add that up. 33 plus 9 plus 16, that gives us 58. So we have 58 over 9. Perfect. So therefore, we can clearly say that the center of the circle is 1, negative 4 over 3. So I've multiplied them by negative sign, and the radius r squared is equal to 58 over 9. Perfect. If r squared is 58 over 9, then r will be the root of 58 over 9, which is simply equals to 2.54, approximately to 2 decimal place. And we said diameter is equal to 2 radius, or 2 radius, definitely that will be 2 times 2.54. We multiply 2.54 by 2, we got 5.08 in decimal. That's just our diameter, and that is the length of the diameter of the equation of a circle 3x squared plus 3y squared minus 6x plus 8y minus 11 equals 0. And that is the solution to this problem. Hopefully by now you can now solve any problems to see involving finding the equation of a circle, both in standard form and in general form. And I believe with this you should be able to handle your test or exam questions. So this is your exercise. I would like to end the video at this point. Question number 10. Find the equation of the circle with the center 3,7 and circumference 8 pi units. Feel free to share your solution via the comment section below. Feel free to subscribe if you find this helpful. Thanks for watching once again. See you in the next video. Bye for now.